Hi, Denelle here from Denelle Realtors. So when people ask me what's the best way to buy a house when they have a house to sell, I usually explain to them that there's actually two ways you could do it. One is that you could go out and look for a property that you want to buy, and then you make the purchase of that property subject to the sale of your house. Now, what happens in that case is you're not in a very good negotiating position, because what you're asking the seller to do, in essence, is take their house off the market while they wait for you to sell your house. Now, in that deal, there can be what's called a Hubbard Clause, where they can accept another offer, and then you either drop your contingency of the sale of your house, or you risk your deposit, or you just back out of the deal and let the other people buy it. So you don't have a good negotiating position, so you end up paying too much for the house. You can understand another agent bringing an offer to a seller and saying, they're offering X amount, but you got to, take the house off the market, and the seller might say, well, I won't do that for this number, but I would do it for this number. So you end up paying too much for the house, and then you're in such a rush to sell your house because you don't want to lose that house that you fell in love with, that you take too little for your house. So you end up being in not a great negotiating position on two sales. So it can be a very expensive way to do it. The one that I recommend is the one where you put your house on the market. You haven't looked at other properties. You haven't fallen in love with anything especially, and you put your house on the market and get an offer, and when you get that offer, you make that offer contingent upon you finding suitable housing. So then you take the next week, you can probably look at almost every house in a certain area that you want to live in a week or so. And if you find something, then you go back to the deal and say, okay, it's not contingent upon the sale, me finding suitable housing, because I did find suitable housing. And then you purchase that house. You do make it subject to the successful closing of your property or the closing of your property, but it's a much easier pill to swallow for the seller, because they know it's already under contract. So it's just not on the market. So anyway, so the first way can be very expensive. It can cost you $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. I've seen worse mistakes over the years. The second way is the better way to do it, but it's important not to go look at properties and fall in love with something, because then you get yourself in that position where you're rushing, and it's not the best way to buy real estate. So that's it. I hope you found the information valuable. I'd be happy to talk to you further about it or any topic on real estate. You can call me at 401-783-7777. You can talk to any one of our professionals here at Denelle Realtors.